So a lot of people are looking at a saltwater or marine tank and wondering how much effort it is. And I think it puts a lot of people off. So today I want to take you through a regular maintenance on my tank, and at the end of the video there's a once every 6 months section as well. I'm the East Coast Reefer, and I'll try and bring you content at least once a week on a Sunday at 6 PM UK time. So you can see from the video my tank's fairly well stocked. The first thing we'll need would be RO water. So I have a small container for topping up the ATO and a larger container which I'll then mix to make the salt water. So just start it running here, and you can see the RO filter in the background. I'm probably going to make another video about how I set that up to take people through that as well, because it looks way more complicated than it actually is. So here, we just fill up the 10 litre RO can and then the 25 litre for salt water. You can see me in the background filming my bit about the RODI filter there. Also need a bucket for wastewater, or the other 25 litre container for wastewater, and a bucket, just a few bits in to stop water from getting anywhere. So that's it for what we need to do out in the garage. So here we are back in the house. You can see the 25 litre container there filled up with RODI water. I'll put my container on the scales and switch them on to zero it out and prepare the 25 litre container. Now I'm using the Coal Pro salt from Red Sea, and I've found that you need slightly more of this to get the same salinity in comparison to the blue bucket. Not really sure why, but I try to aim for about 1.1 kilos of this, and you can see here I did slightly overfill it, and you can see there that's 2 pounds 7¼ ounces if you use Freedom units. So now I'll just fill that up, try not to spill it everywhere, and then I sit a small pump in there that fits just through the neck of the bottle, and plug that in and leave it mixing for half an hour, and then move the pump around to make sure I've got everything. Once that's done, we can go on to emptying the tank. So I have a 25 litre waste container on the side. You have to keep an eye on it, otherwise you do get wet socks. So all I'll do now is I'll clean through all of the display tank, hoovering all the gravel and everything, and then stop when the display tank is full. I also alternate between 1 week I'll hoover or gravel vac the gravel in the top display, and then the second week I'll clear all of the sump just to keep the detritus out of the sump as well. So now I'll turn the flow back on, and the sump will gradually empty, and then I can fill that back up with the salt water mix, and then the last bit I just tip in the top. So now all that's left to do really is a bit more maintenance in the sump, which is not every week. So once a month I will change the activated carbon and the Rowaphos in the phosphate reactor. So that will be my next stage now, as well as clearing out the skimmer, which I do every week. So I can now switch on the ATO again, the skimmer and the wavemaker. Then I come down into the sump, I take the insert out of the phosphate reactor, I take the basket of carbon out of the Reef mat, go and recharge it, and then pop them back in. Now I'm taking off the skimmer cup. You don't want to get this stuff on you because it really stinks. It doesn't look that great either. So I just try and wait until the missus is out so she doesn't shout at me for getting this stinky juice everywhere, and clear it out in the sink. Pop that back in the sump again, and then we're pretty much done. So that's your normal maintenance. I've got a bit of like 6 monthly maintenance that I'm going to do now, which is using some citric acid. So I'm going to mix this 50 grams of citric acid per litre, and leave everything to soak for 15 minutes before trying to clean it. And if you've got any cuts, you will find them when you're doing this, and it hurts like hell. But yeah, I just go through, get all the stubborn bits off with a knife, and you can see the state of the bucket. It's not great. And then here we are, just putting the nice, shiny, clean foams back into the overflow. And that's pretty much it. That is not only a weekly water change, it shows some of the monthly work and also 6th monthly. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you have, please like, share, subscribe, pass this information around, all those things that YouTube likes to see, and I'll see you in another video really soon.